everyone, and welcome back to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Video on the channel. Today we're going to be covering episodes 86 through 90 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush. But before I jump in, so if you remember, Kawaii had built a deck with people that fully understand Kawaii World. A lot of them got scared and were running around dueling people that weren't in the deck in order to attempt to swap out with someone else. But that didn't really work. Anyway, episode 86 is Tremolo vs. Phaser. Tremolo basically got jealous of Phaser and challenged him to a duel to become commander of the MIK. Unfortunately for Tremolo, though, he couldn't duel in his current form, so Monobuchan pulled the Sogetsu style and helped him out. Hold on a minute. That's backwards. The Sogetsus are supposed to be the commanders, not the assistants. What is happening? But anyway, during this duel, Udius realizes even more that there's a strong connection between Prime Armor Nova and Kawaii Duel. You know, the thing I've been pointing out since that happened. Phaser also summons a new ace monster during this duel, and that is Abyss Slayer Queen Tiamat. Tremolo ends up losing to a direct attack from Abyss Poseidra, and he and Phaser make up. After the duel, Zuijo reveals that Kawaii Duel's deck actually isn't finished yet. That's why it seemed so random when he dueled Udius. And then Zuijo purposely restarts the argument between Phaser and Tremolo. But then he tells others what he's planning.
どうなってんだよ。
これでいい。
え？
この混乱が続いているということは、クワイドゥールのデッキ再構築が終わらないということ。つまり、反撃のチャンスも。
チャンス？あ、え？あ？それがし？
Basically, Zuijo's plan is to force open the lock that Kawaii Duel had put on Udius' mind, which was placed there to keep Udius from understanding Kawaii World since Udius apparently can't be turned into a card. And that's what they spend episode 87 doing, trying to break that lock. And what ends up working is hypnotizing him to go unlock it himself. He sees 4 nines and 2 merging galaxies in his mind, and that finally unlocks the seal. With the aid of Robian's poems, Udius now fully understands Kawaii World. Episode 88 starts, and with the lock on Udius' mind broken, he's transported to the deck with everyone else, where they plan to take over the deck. After doing that, they all unite and create a giant version of Udius to rush duel against Kawaii Duel. The duel begins, and Kawaii Duel reveals his true deck, the prime versions of the Darkness cards and some of the characters' aces, and his new summoning method, which is called Prime Tribute Summoning. This basically allows him to summon higher level monsters with less tributes in exchange for lower attack. Kawaii Duel summons Prime Dianketo and ends his turn with a face down. Udius summons Fisher Sky and Zion's aces and uses an effect to power them up. He then attempts to destroy Prime Dianketo, but Kawaii Duel uses his face down to boost his monster and switch Udius' other monster into face down defense, which destroys the attacking Spacek Drago and brings Udius' life points down to 3,500. The duel continues in episode 89, with Kawaii Duel starting off his turn by flipping Prime Dianketo face down and then face up again, returning it back to 2,500 attack. He then Prime summons Prime Track Tiger, but Udius activates face down, resummoning the destroyed Spacek Drago and sending his other monster to the grave to power it up to 3,800. Despite everyone thinking Udius was safe now, at least for the turn, Kawaii Duel tributes all 3 monsters to tribute summon, and we all know what that means. Here comes Prime Armor Nova, whose effect boosted to 4,700. Spacek Drago is destroyed and Udius' life points drop to 2,600. As Kawaii Duel finishes his turn, his arm shrivels up and the duel disc drops to the ground. Kawaii Duel reveals in this moment that he's been dying for a long time, that Galaxy, his core, was breaking down, and that he wanted to have rush duels before he died. Udius, however, simply asks to continue the duel, which tracks, and Udius takes his turn. He summons Transmute Rhynak and uses a spell to summon Requiem. And oh my goodness, I called this so long ago!
さらに魔法カード発動。虚空の底に天の光が届くとき。流
れる刃の輝きが 今ここに伝説の勇者を呼び覚ますフュージョン召喚トランザムベルグライナック
Not gonna lie, I was literally shaking with pure joy watching that for the first time. Anyway, Transmove gets boosted to 3700 attack thanks to the fusion spell Udius used, and its own effect boosted to 4600, as well as lowering Prime Armano's attack to 3700. Udius attacks, but Quietle activates a trap to keep his monster on the field, and lower Udius' life points by 1000. Quietle, however, still takes the battle damage. As Udius ends his turn, Transmove attack returns to 3900, which I'm just now realizing should be 3700, not 3900, but whatever. We also learned in this episode that Yuga-chan was never actually trapped in Kwai World. Instead, he's been helping them from the outside. And those numbers that Udius and Zuijo saw were hints from him. The episode ends with both Quietle and Udius' galaxies coming out with no explanation. Moving to finale of the duel and the season, episode 90 starts with Udius asking Quietle what is going on since their galaxies just came out and Udius has no idea what's happening. But instead of answering him, Quietle just takes his turn. He destroys Transmove and Udius resummons Transmove Rhynak. But now we have a problem because Quietle basically just activated super polymerization, so he takes Transmove Rhynak and fuses it with Prime Armor Nova to create Transmove Prime Full Armor Nova. And according to Quietle, Transmove Rhynak has the same galaxy inside of it that Udius does, so the Milky Way is also inside Transmove Rhynak. So that's interesting. Quietle finally reveals that all the Velgarians have galaxies inside them, and Yuga-chan reveals to the audience that he was the one who created the galaxy type, as well as dropping this mysterious line about him and the creator both basing their creations on galaxies. Returning back to the duel, Full Armor Nova's continuous effect boosts its attack to 9000 and prevents it from being destroyed by effects. It attacks Udius directly for a seemingly game, but Udius plays a trap to take control of Quaitle's monster until the end of Udius' turn. However, it also boosts Quaitle's life points to a crazy amount. Due to Full Armor Nova's effect, its attack gets even higher, and Quietle ends his turn with 12,100 life points, but facing down his own monster that has 9,300 attack. On Udius' turn, he boosts Full Armor Nova's attack to 10,500, but Quietle activates a trap to summon a monster in defense and deal 500 damage to Udius. Quietle now thinks he's won, since his monster is in defense, and Full Armor Nova will come back to him at the end of the turn. But then Udius plays a trap to destroy Quaitle's face down. Full Armor Nova's attack increases to 11,100, and we all know what happens when the opening starts playing in the middle of the episode. Udius uses a spell to make it so Full Armor Nova can deal piercing damage, and its attack rises to 12,300, exactly enough to take out Quaitle's life points. Unfortunately, before his life points can hit 0, Quietle starts trying to merge with Udius, and Udius allows it? Like, oh my goodness, what is happening? And then Udius drops this line, which I don't know what he means by that, but sure, dude. Udius basically accepts Quietle into his body and accepts that they will be sharing a body from now on. Like, look at this. Look at this. Quietle, however, then drops the bomb that his galaxy was too broken down and Udius' body can't contain him anymore. He thanks Udius before embracing the creator and vanishing from existence. So does this mean that the creator is dead now, since he was sealed in Quaitle's galaxy and Quietle just vanished? Well, if he is dead, that completely screws up my trajectory for where I thought the show was going, because I thought the creator was going to be the next enemy. Well, I guess not completely screws up, but yeah, that messes with what I thought was happening. We officially won the duel, though, so that's good at least. Everyone's free from Core World and back in the real world. It's happy, but also sad at the same time. But there is something else which we kind of have to mention. Quietle, right before disappearing, dropped another bomb, because he said this. When I heard that, my first thought was that merging with Quaitle's decaying galaxy, even if only briefly, had caused Udius' galaxy to now start breaking down. But no, I was wrong, and it's a bigger problem than I could have imagined, because Quaitle's next line was this. Yeah, this is bad. And I thought it was bad when I just thought Udius was going to die. But all of them? They're going to have to do something about this immediately. And how do you even tell the others? I mean, Zuijo's going to take this the best out of anybody and start immediately figuring out a plan to deal with this, but everybody else is going to freak out. Yuhi and Yumu were freaking out, and they're not even part of the group that's going to die if nothing is done. Is this the quest of the third season? To stop all the Vogyarians from dying? And how exactly would you even do that? If their life expectancy is coming to an end, like, what do you even do about that? It's not like some treatable illness. What if it has something to do with Zuijo's original plan from the first season? Could Damu help with their powers? I have so many questions right now. Oh, and Yugatron disappeared again because of course he did. But what's going to happen? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Jikai, Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush. And with that, that wraps up the last 5 episodes of Season 2. Please remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Have a great day everyone, and I'll see you next time for another Yu-Gi-Oh! Video.